There's a good chance you've forgotten how good Don Bradman Cricket 14 actually was, or maybe you never gave it a fair shot. And honestly, that's understandable because on the surface, it did not look like much. Released in early 2014 by Big Ant Studios, a relatively unknown Australian developer at the time, the game launched with no licenses, weird-looking menus, and a batting system that confused almost everyone in the first 15 minutes. But once you pushed past the surface, DBC 14 was not just another cricket game. It was the start of a new era. Before Don Bradman 14, cricket games had kind of stagnated. EA Sports had long abandoned the genre after Cricket 07, and while the game lived on, and thanks to mods and nostalgia, especially in South Asia, it was not exactly pushing the genre forward. Meanwhile, Codemasters Brian Lara and the Ashes series had strong gameplay foundation but did not evolve much beyond better graphics. And then there was the issue of access. Codemasters games were harder to acquire, came with stronger DRM and demanded better hardware, which meant they never quite reached mass adoption in countries like India, Pakistan or even Bangladesh. But Don Bradman Cricket 14, it filled the gap with innovation. It introduced a completely new analog stick-based control system for batting and bowling. Now, instead of pressing a button to hit a cover drive, you actually had to time your footwork, angle the bat and commit to the shot. At first it felt slow, maybe even frustrating, but once it clicked, it felt rewarding. For the first time, you were not spamming buttons, you were playing cricket with intention, and if you messed up, you knew it was your fault. Then there was the career mode, and this was a game changer. You didn't just play as your favorite star cricketer, you created your own. You started as a 16-year-old kid, playing domestic matches, grinding through club-level cricket, and slowly working your way up to international stardom. There were no shortcuts. If you played poorly, your selection chances dropped. If you perform well, you get noticed. It was immersive and in many ways, it laid the foundation for the career mode systems we see in Cricket 22 and 24 today. What's wild is that Big Ant managed to do all this without real licenses, no real team names, no official tournaments, and player faces that often look like clay figures. But just like EA Cricket 07, the community stepped up. Players created highly detailed custom squads, kits, logos, stadiums, and much more. And thanks to the game's built-in community sharing hub, you could download all of it easily. Within hours, you could turn Don Bradman 14 into a fully licensed feeling experience with IPL teams, World Cup squads, and even historical sites. Sure, it was not perfect. The game had a learning curve that scared off casual players. The menus looked like they were built in MS Paint. Fielding sometimes felt clunky. And those infamous mid-pitch run-out collisions, yeah, they were something else. But underneath those rough edges was a genuinely deep and thoughtful simulation of cricket, something that respected the sport's complexity, rhythm, and nuance. And let's not forget, this game came before Cricket 22, 24, before Pro Team modes and online lobbies and all the face scans that you see these days. Back in 2014, Big Ant Studios were laying the groundwork for what cricket games could be, and they did it on a tiny budget with no official backing. In a way, Don Bradman 14 is the underdog story of cricket gaming. It did not have the branding, it didn't have the flash, but it had heart. It dared to innovate, it gave us control, immersion and depth, and today in 2025, as we look at newer cricket games and feel bloated with features or over-monetized with pro team packs, it's worth remembering a time when the goal was not profit, it was passion. So yeah, maybe you did forget how good Don Bradman Cricket 14 actually was, but doesn't mean it's too late to remember it. Fire it up again, hit the nets, start a new career mode, and you might just realize it's still one of the best cricket games ever made.